Hello friends, welcome to the Cold War Prepper. My name is Lee. This is going to be kind of a video response. No, it's going to be a video reaction to a fantastic video this morning from Prepper Dog, Prepperdawg. Please look him up and subscribe to him. He puts out something every day, and he puts out a fantastic verse, biblical verse at the end of every one of his broadcasts. I highly encourage you to follow him. But what I want to talk about is he was talking about, he's received several comments, and people are feeling futile in the fact that either, number one, they are coming into this too late and they don't think they can get enough to last them for the time that they need it to last, or number two, they don't have enough income to spend on the things that they need to spend it on in order to survive. Well, I forget the author, but there was a fantastic, when I was teaching leadership in corporations, fantastic author, and he talks about taking a walk along the beach one day, and he saw somebody doing yoga, he thought, down in the distance, and he got a little bit closer. He says, no, they're practicing ballet, and he finally came upon the person, and the person was bending over, picking something up and throwing it into the ocean. And he walked up to the person and says, what are you doing? It just looks so beautiful and graceful. He says, well, I'm picking up starfish that are left behind by the tide and throwing them back into the ocean, because if they stay here on the sand, they'll die. And I just want them to live, so I'm throwing them back in the ocean. And the guy says, but don't you realize how many starfish there are and that are left on the sand at each tide? What you're doing is futile. And he bent over, picked up another starfish, and threw it into the ocean. He says, tell it to that starfish. So what I think the significance of that story is, you are valuable, and you have a purpose, and you have something you can give to the rest of us. Now, there may be some skills, there may be some knowledge, there may be some traits that you have that are just phenomenal, that are going to be very, very highly demanded, but there can also be that you don't have any skills, and in which case, I need you. It's just the two of us here. And so one of us is going to have to go alone to go get water, or one of us is going to have to go alone to go get wood for fires, or one of us is going to have to be awake while the other's asleep. And so having a third person or a fourth person here to help with water collection, or to help with firewood, or to help with cooking or washing, or caring for the infirmed or injured, or standing guard duty, very valuable to me once SHTF. And I think it's going to be valuable to other preppers who are doing this under the guise of the fact that they are Christians and are caring for their fellow man. You're another one of those starfish that throwing you back into the ocean says it matters, your life matters to me. So all I'm going to ask you to do is prove to me you're doing what you can with what you have. And then let's establish a relationship, and let's develop trust between the two of us before SHTF. And that way, when SHTF happens, what you have will be enough, because I'll provide the rest. And so that's how we're going to support each other. So if you're in the Williamson County area, I'm going to try to rent a pavilion down at San Gabriel Park and in Georgetown, and see if I can, or check with a restaurant or something. I'm going to try to organize a meeting of people here in Williamson County so that we can all get to know each other and know where we live, help each other out, see where we might go, what the advantages are, disadvantages are of different things. Start establishing that trust, start establishing the relationship. Another fantastic prepper channel, his name is Travis, and his channel is the Prepared Homestead. He said that if we will organize a meeting, and this applies to anybody who's watching, regardless of where you are, establish a meeting that you, oops, the black chihuahua wants outside. Okay, she's gone. The big golden chihuahua wants to go with her. Okay, and immediately they start barking. But Travis says that if you get that established and you give him a location and a time and a date, he will advertise that for us. And he has a fantastic, humongous channel. And so in the meantime, if you do follow follow Travis on prepared homestead, and get something started. Get some people in your area so that you can start trusting each other and relying on each other. 1 + 1 in synergistic terms equals 3, because it just happens that it multiplies more exponentially. The more people you have, the more you can subdivide the duties, the less energy you're going to usurp, and the more you're going to last. So just think of it that way, that in a group you have a greater cohesion, you have a greater ability to survive. So it looks like the wife's going to go take care of the barking animals. If you're in Williamson County, send me an email. My email address is coldwarprepper@outlook.com. Let me know that you're interested in joining a group or becoming, meeting other people of like mind. I mean, we've got so many different areas. We've got Round Rock, we've got Gerald, we've got Georgetown, we've got Hutto, we've got, all these different towns in this big county. And let's see if we can't get some people together so that they can help each other survive whatever's going to be happening. Now, in regards to futility, there are two areas we've kind of seen how people experience futility, and I don't want you to experience that futility. Remember, you are my starfish. I'm throwing you back into the ocean because you matter to me. And then the second one is, there's a story of two city boys who wanted to cross a yard, or needed to cross a pasture, and there was a big sign on the fence, and it says, "Beware a bull." So this one guy goes back to the car, and he takes off his suit shoes and starts putting on some running shoes. And the guy says, "What do you think you can outrun that bull?" And he looks at you, he says, "I don't have to outrun that bull. I only have to outrun you." And so I think that's something else we need to consider in life, is 95% of the population is not doing anything to prepare. They probably aren't going to last more than a week or two. And once this all comes down, and if that's the case, don't feel futile in what you're doing, because all you have to do is prepare enough to outlast the 95%. And if you can outlast the 95%, guess what? Then all sorts of resources become available to you, whether you have money or not, regardless of where you are in the spectrum as far as survival. Hook up with people like me. I've been doing this for 40 or 50 years, and I may have a couple extra things here and there that I can share. That all I ask is, show me your commitment. Show me that you're doing something with what you have to take care of yourself now, and show me that you're trustworthy. And if you can meet those two requirements, I'll take care of you. So I think that's where we need to be, is how can we take care of each other? So number one, watch out. In the near future, I'm going to be putting something out saying I'm having a get-together in Williamson County, either at a pavilion at San Gabriel Park on the San Gabriel River in Georgetown, or at a restaurant that's willing to host us in the evening or on a weekend. Now, a couple other announcements in the very near future. Don't forget, Tuesday night we have the first half of Chapter 2 of our book club, which is we're reading Selko's SHTF Survival Boot Camp. So we're only doing the first half of Chapter 2 for this Tuesday's meeting. Please feel free to join us for that. And you can order that book down below as well. Then I have a couple more videos coming out in the very near future. I'm waiting. I have all my props are here. I mean, gosh, I got all this stuff that, just ready to share with you about all these different types of water filtration and water purification and everything else, and all the stuff I've collected over the past several decades. And I'm just waiting for a code to come in from Berkey Water Filters. They've offered, they are working with me, and we're going to be able to give you a 10% discount on anything you offer from Berkey Water Filters. And that's my preferred number one choice. And then number two, I'm waiting for another order to come in, because somebody was talking earlier about freeze-dried milk. So I ordered some freeze-dried milk, a number 10 can. We're going to taste test that so that I can recommend that to you if I find it's good. And that's going to be a number 10 can of long-term nutrient reinforced. So over 40 nutrient values have been added to the milk, highly fortified, and it was only $45. So, we've got that, and I'm waiting for that to come in. Once that comes in, then I'm going to do one on survival food and what we need to be doing and timing of cooking and what you can cook and how you don't let your neighbors know that you have food. So that, in which case you're really going to need extra guards, a whole bunch of extra guards. But anyhow, I hope that this has given you a little bit of something. Remember, we're all in this together so we can come out the other side together. And togetherness is the key. This is Lee, the Cold War Prepper, saying have a great day. Bye-bye.